Welcome to Google Ads Editor 2.0. And to do that, we're actually bringing in a guest instructor. Welcome back, Trevor. He is the founder of Untethered Office. He's been freelancing and doing ads and all kind of great, amazing things for a really long time. And he's actually one of our Measure You instructors, mentors, and a certified measurement marketer. And he's actually the guy that's behind the scenes doing our ads and guiding us with all these other things that are, we do all things measurement. He does all things ads. And so he's our muscle behind all of that. And as you go through and learn everything from Trevor, remember the one thing rule, and that is get one thing you can take and apply right now today, and then come back, watch the video again, and get another one thing. So that way you're always learning and not getting overwhelmed. So let's go ahead and take it away.
In this video, we're going to go over getting started with Google Ads Editor and then making a few edits to get the hang of how to use it. One of the most obvious questions is, why would you want to use Google Ads Editor? And to be honest, there's a lot of instances where the Google Ads platform's being a little bit slow. It's taking, a long time to publish. It's, you have to make a lot of edits. You just need to go in and find the instances of a single word that was maybe misspelled in the spreadsheet that you copied and pasted everything from. With the Google Ads Editor, it's just going to give you a more efficient workspace, but you're also going to be able to do things like work offline. You can make backups of the account. You can easily duplicate campaigns or ads, or you can actually take stuff from one account and move it over into another account. Like, say you have a campaign that has a bunch of draft campaigns. That way you can just move it from one spot to another, make a few changes, and then publish it to save yourself some time, which you can do some of that on the Google Ads online platform, but a lot of times it takes a lot more time to do it. There's more steps, or it takes longer to render in the system. And you have to do everything step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 in there, where you can jump around a little bit more if you want to within the Google Ads Editor. But there's also things like find and replace for like words, headlines. You can replace whole phrases. There's a lot of really fun stuff that you can do. To start out, what we're going to do is you're just going to go to ads.google.com, and you're just going to see the main page here. And then to get to the Ads Editor, to download it, you're going to go up to the Solutions tab up here at the top, and then you're going to choose Ads Editor. It's going to take you to this page right here, and then you're just going to click the Google Ad Editor, the download button, and then it's going to download whatever type it needs for your particular device. If you're on a Windows or a Mac, it's just going to download the appropriate file. So what we're going to do is we're going to click that. It's going to pop up this window to go into the Downloads folder. It's going to take a second to download. And then we'll just open it up. And then I'm in a Mac, so we're just going to take this, drag it over to the applications folder. I'm just going to replace what I have. Yeah, so now that this is all installed, I'm just going to go here, and we're going to open up the editor app. And what's going to happen is it's going to open up, it's going to ask to download it if need be, but it's going to open up a window. If you already have stuff downloaded, if you already have apps connected to, or accounts connected to it, you'll see something similar to this. This is just an account that I've worked on. Go up here and go to Account and Open, or you can use Control or Command O to open it up. So I tend to use a lot of keyboard shortcuts, so I'm Command O. And what's going to happen is if you don't have any accounts connected to this, or I guess you would also use this if you get a new account. If you're an agency or work with multiple clients, you get your ad manager connected to their account. You'll have to go through and do this same process. But what you're going to do is click this add button here, and then it's going to ask you to sign in. If you use this top button, it's just going to open up another window, and whatever Google Ads account you have signed in the profile that you're in, it's going to use that one. If it's, say, for example, you're using a totally different email address, you might want to just sign into this one because it's just going to pull up a different browser, and you'll have to type in the email address and password. Easiest way to do it is if you're signed into the account that you want in the Google Chrome profile that you're using, you can just click this. It's going to open up a new window. You click on the email address that you want to use, and then these are just all the notifications and privacy stuff that you have to allow. It's going to give you a success window here, and then we will just move over to here. It's going to show a list of all of the accounts that your email address is associated with. If you have a Google Ads, like a manager account, you can click this button and it's going to choose all of the accounts that you have access to in there. Or if you just have a single account, you can just click one of these tabs. Regardless of what you do, whenever you click, we'll just click this one and then click OK. What's going to happen is it's going to download all the most recent information from the web platform onto your computer, and you'll be able to access it through the Ads Manager. I'll just do this so you can kind of see what happens. So it just looks, these are all the campaigns, there's a bunch of keywords, all this stuff. Once you have all this downloaded, you can click open account. It's going to open up a window and you'll be able to see all the stats and everything like that for the time period that's that you have selected here. So that's the basics of downloading it and connecting your accounts. If you have multiple email addresses that you use, so say, for example, you work with, say you're a freelancer and you work with multiple companies that they give you an email address, you can sign into all of the email addresses and download the accounts that you need into a single ads editor. There's different options that you can, like you can use different email addresses. There's not really a conflict. Occasionally you'll have to re-sign in with that same email address. So it's not going to be in there forever, but sometimes you have to re-authenticate it. Like if your password changes or, it just decides that there's some weirdness going on, it may ask you to re-authenticate. So that's really it. I'm going to close down this one and I'm going to open up another one that I can show some stuff in. We'll just do this demo account here. Okay, so I'm going to download that. Close this one back there. Now that you have everything downloaded and your ad account's connected to the ad editor, I'll walk you through how to use the interface. It's very similar in how it reacts to the way that the web version does, but the layout is a little bit different, so it takes a little bit more to get the hang of. Once you see them side by side here in a minute, you'll see that it's pretty easy to understand how it works. So when we're on the overview screen in the ads editor, we're on the overview screen here in the web version. And then the way that this works is we have this campaign dropdown where you can choose, basically filter out whichever types of campaigns that you want, or you can set up other filters or views. But at the base level, you can choose search campaigns or just PMAX or whatever you want. The same thing is here. So we have this filter option. We can choose search or PMAX or whatever the options are. But we also have where we can see enabled, paused, and sort them differently here. That's very similar to these settings right here. If we were to go to this dropdown, we're able to see both of the campaigns because we're at the highest level here. We're able to see any of the campaigns that are in the account, whether they're paused or not, based on these filters. Same thing applies here when we're at this level. When we click campaigns down here, we're able to see all the campaigns that are not being filtered out. If we were to click on one of the campaigns, we just see that, and then all of the information that is within that campaign. Very similar to this, where if we go to the campaign level here, we see all of them. In this dropdown, we see this, and it's just the singular campaign. Now, the difference is when you're in this view, if you want to see something else, like settings or whatever for this particular campaign, you have to click here and then go into, these settings, click some of the drop downs, toggle, click advanced, what's is Google Search Network on? Yes, but do I want to turn it on or off? Then you have to go in. Whereas with the ad editor, when you click this, you can just scroll down and see all of that stuff very easily. So we want to turn these on. Boom, they're both on. We can go to this other campaign, see all the settings, and it's very, very easy. You don't have to toggle through a bunch of stuff, so that in itself saves a lot of time. If you have a lot of campaigns, you can search by a campaign name. So I'll just start typing in display. And now it only has the display campaign. And then whichever level of the hierarchy you are over here, that's what it's going to display here. So if we click ad groups, you see ad group. If you see locations, it's going to be locations. So you're able to see all that information. All of the settings are over here. So that in itself saves a ton of time whenever you're navigating through the campaigns. If we were to go to, we'll just go back up to the top here. And say, for example, we want to see all of the ads or all of the keywords in all of the campaigns that are visible. We can go to this search and type in keywords. And then it's going to show positive and negative keywords lists. It'll show recommendations and shared libraries too. But you can just toggle the little arrow and it'll suck that back up into the group. You can do ads. So this will pull up all the ads, or if you know that maybe you want to call ad, you can type in call, and then we'll do click call ads, and then you can create a call ad, or you can create a call out or call assets. You can make all those things really quickly just by using the search. Once you have a lot of campaigns and ads and keywords and a lot of stuff going on in your account, what you can do is you can use this search right here to find what you need. Or if you only want to manage the stuff that, like say you prefer to scroll through all this stuff, you can toggle this right here, and it eliminates all of the empty options in there. So if there's no keywords, like say we select this, like now there's no keywords in here, but if we click this, now it says keywords and the other options went away. You see responsive search ads, and we click this one, now it says responsive display ads. So it's only showing the types or the adjustments that you have that have actual things in them. So that saves a lot of time too, just not having to scroll through and squint your eyes and lean towards the screen and try and find what you're looking for. You can either type in what you want, click that, or use a combination of both. So I can type in keywords and it's going to filter that out. Where you're going to run into some differences is if you have this ticked and then you type, it's still going to pull up like things that have zeros in them, but use it as you prefer. Most of the time I just leave this ticked on unless I actually need something that's not showing. Like I don't have a call ad in here. Maybe I just want to type in call ad. Now I can click this and create an ad. So by limiting your choices, you're not wasting time scrolling through and looking for things, but you also have the option of creating things quickly. When you're in an ad or pretty much any of these options, we'll just go here, go back to campaign. You have these little icons up here, and that's just going to be kind of like a bookmark that takes you to targeting, or this is going to take you to your link options at the bottom, or this is going to be your labels, or this is going to be edit your basic stuff in your campaign. So you can use those as shortcuts, or you can just scroll down through the settings. That's an easy way. But one of the most powerful things within the ad editor is going to be the bulk editing. Where that's going to come into play is, I'll just use it for keywords really quickly. So we have lawn care, and then we've got some yard care stuff. I'm going to select a bunch of these. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to click edit, and then there's this replace text. I would highly recommend using the keyboard shortcuts. It speeds things up, but it's also more to remember. So you can open this, it's going to pull up this replace text. It's very similar to the Command or Control F in like a Word document or something. You're able to go through and search for specific things and then replace them. But this grouping right here of fields, this is where it looks. So if you're not really sure where it is, or you just want to make sure that you get everything everywhere, like say you're changing something from 2024 to 2025, you can click this up here and then just click select all, and then it chooses all the fields. What it's going to do is it's going to look for lawn care in that exact setup, and then it's going to change it to the singular lawn care. Shouldn't change any of this yard care stuff or lawn restoration. We just click replace. And then what you can see is all of the changes are in bold. So you know what that is, like what was done. You're able to, if you hover it, you're able to see what that change was. So it changed it from 2 words to a single word. If for whatever reason you don't want that change, you can right click and then click revert, and it puts it back the way that it was. So sometimes you might have, you might be changing the case, like with ads, that's a pretty common thing. Like if we have, we'll just do this. So say for example, we wanted to go here. What is that? Headline 2. We want to, in this drop down, you can change what you want to change. So you can add to the end of the text. You can change the URLs. In this case, we're going to do the capitalization. We're going to change it in headline 2. And then you can change it to title case, all lowercase, or sentence case. So title case is going to change the first letter of each word, all the words in it. It doesn't matter if it's, not supposed to be capitalized. It's just a sweeping change across the board. But then you can also have sentence case, which is just the first letter of the first word is capital. We'll do this. We'll go to headline 5 and make a change to. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just click lowercase and then click change capitalization. And then you can see headline 5 is all lowercase. Sometimes if there's, it's all capitals, you'll need to change the case and then change the case again. But in this case, we're going to go 2 and 5, and then we are going to change capitalization. And then we'll just do title case. And you can see over here in 5 and then in 2, we click that and it just changes the first letter of each word. So that's super easy. If you find a misspelling, like maintenance is spelled wrong, or you need to change it from Chicago to a different city, for example, you can jump in there, say replace text. We'll just select everything, and then we'll say Chicago, and then we'll change this to Denver. and then preserve capitalization, all that stuff. Click it, and now all your Chicagos are Denvers. So that's super nice if you run a lot of the same ads, but in different areas, whether it be for different clients or the same client, but they have different locations. You can change addresses. You can change like this offer. You could go in and maybe it's an offer that you used last year and it has a specific date in it, or maybe it's the, instead of a Christmas sale, it's a Valentine's Day sale. You can go through and change the wording in there. Where it also comes in handy to be able to pull that to the side pull it out from the main window is if you're looking at things like keywords and you want to pull the stats, instead of scrolling all the way through, you can click here and then you can get rid of this. You can minimize it however you want. So we'll just minimize it. And then you're able to see all the stats a little bit easier. You can close this window also, or you can shrink that so you have a little bit more real estate. Super helpful if you're on a smaller screen. But that's the basics of how to navigate through a lot of this stuff. Once you go through and you make all your changes, you copy and paste. If you want to say copy a campaign, maybe change this from the US to Canada, you can Command or Control C and then Command or Control V, and then put, just change the name of the campaign. I guess I would have to go here and open this back up. There we go. And then hit that and it'll close it, or it'll attach it again. So we would need to change this campaign name from the US because that would be a duplicate. And we'll just say Canada. So now you just change the targeting and you're good to go with a new campaign. You would go into your ads, maybe change it from Denver to Toronto, or, whatever your area you're targeting. But that's again where some of the speed comes in, where we can click this. We can go here. Oops, highlight this. F, select all, go to Denver and change it to, I can't spell, Toronto. Well, okay. So we'll just leave it like that, spelled wrong, but you can see it quickly changed to whichever city. So that's a huge benefit just with speed. Once that's all set, once you have all of your changes made, the last thing that you're going to do is go up here to post. I take that back. There's one step that you can do as you're working through some of the changes, or a build. What you can do is click this. And what that's going to do is it's going to show you all of the changes within the campaign. So it's going to add a campaign, add group, keywords, all that stuff. If you click this, it's going to show everything from the entire account. If you click check changes, it's basically going to do kind of a pre-check before you were to go through and make a change or upload it. In this case, we need to go through and change 2 of the ads because the destination isn't correct. So what we would need to do is go over here, look, just verify that this URL is correct. That's the same as the other ads. So I'm not sure what the issue is. So, that's where the issue is. So we would go here, copy this, we'll go to display demo, click that, change this, and then we can do a check again. We'll just check everything. See if that fixes the issue. It did not. So sometimes what you can do is just highlight everything. So we'll just go to overview or campaigns. Oops, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. So we'll go there, shift, click, and then you can just click this, continue with known issues. We will delete this because that's going to be an issue. So we'll click all those, and then we'll just click post, and then we'll choose all because we want to push all of the published or all the changes. We want to push those live. We click post, it goes through, runs. If there's any kind of errors, you'll see a similar thing. In this case, we knew that there was potentially going to be errors according to the ad editor. We pushed them through anyways. Then what we would do is we would go back over to the ad account, and then we can look and see now there's our demo campaign for Canada. We can go into the ads. We can see Denver there. If we choose one of these other campaigns, we're able to see, click there, go to ads. You can see my misspelling of Toronto. So all of that stuff gets pushed in super quick, and you're good to go. Being able to do all that stuff offline and then push it live whenever you choose to, super handy, because then you're not having to save everything as you go. Which if the Google platform is being slow that day, that can really extend the amount of time that you have to working in the platform. Using the Google Ads editor, you would just jump in, you download, get your most recent version of what's online. Takes a second to 10 minutes depending on how much account information you have in there. And then once you have that, you're good to go. You can see all the information. You can make your changes, come back tomorrow, work on it again, work on it some more, and then click post. Something that you want to make sure and do is if you have multiple people working on the account, is go in and refresh this regularly, maybe once an hour, definitely before you publish, just to make sure that you're working with the basic, like the most recent changes. I'll show you an instance where that can play into it. So if we change this name to that, we click save. So now it says Canada. If we go back here and we download the data again, what you'll see is some colors that are going to be different, but you can see that it highlights what the change is. You can see that it's downloaded. If we were to change this to this one, we'll just say USA, and then we do the same thing. We'll just download the changes again. What you'll see is an unposted change, and then you'll see a downloaded change. So right now we can see that this is unposted. So this is a change that we made that's not live on the website or on the web version. If we go back to here, this is one that we downloaded that hasn't been changed in the ad editor, but there was a change that was done on the website. This can be billing. This could be, somebody went through the recommendations, all that stuff. There's lots of things that'll, might do this. If you're okay with the proposed change, you can just click done, or you can click this and it brings you right to that change. So you can see it a little bit more clearly. Another way to tell if there's been a change aside from the bolding is the triangle here. So it just tells you that it's been edited. That's pretty much it. So like you can sort by all of your edits or not. So you can ascend or descend by all of your edits. So you can see, what's been changed. If for whatever reason you don't like an edit, you can right click on it and then put, where is it? Revert to with all included items. So this is going to basically put it back to before you made any changes in the ad editor, or this one will essentially do the same thing. So this is going to be all the items. This is going to be the most recent change. So this is just going to change the US to USA, or change it back. But if for whatever reason you changed all sorts of settings, just read the option for the revert. Probably have to change this again. You'll want to read the options as to what it's going to do, just to make sure you don't eliminate too much. But the big thing is the pro tip that I can give is, once you get a feel for how to use the interface, start using a lot of these keyboard shortcuts. There's going to be a bunch that you'll learn if you just highlight all those, like Control or Command A, and then if you hit Command or Control Shift and A, that's going to make all those active. Or P will make it paused. Or I think D will duplicate a bunch of stuff, so you can see, what you want to duplicate. If you do the Command Option F, that's going to get you to this the advanced change screen, where you can choose some of your how you want to change the wordings. If you do Command Shift P or Command P, that's going to bring you to your post changes. So once you learn a few of these, it's going to speed you up even more. But the big thing is just learn the interface. And once you learn the interface, then move on to more elaborate things like creating shell campaigns, or adding in a bunch of different keywords using the copy and paste option. There's tons of things that you can do. Just take it step by step, learn the basics, because it will be different than what you're using the web version for. You'll learn quickly. There's some things that you prefer to do in the web. There's some things that you prefer to do in the ad editor. But for the most part, most of your builds, most of your editing, all that is going to be done in the editor. Seeing stats and all that, like actually doing optimizations, sometimes that's easier in the ad editor. So depending on what you're doing, what your preference is, there's definitely different spots to do things. So let me know if you have any questions, and we'll see you in the next one.
Wow, that was amazing. So what was your one thing? Remember, don't get everything and try to apply it right now, but what was the one thing that you can do right now and start applying? And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you back next time. For every week, we have a workshop Wednesday for something great for you to learn. And if you want to know more about how to become part of Measure U, you can go to measureu.com/workshop and see all the different options out there for you. There are free options for you if you just want to kind of hang out in the student lounge and see what everyone is doing and get access to all kinds of different workshops and tools and all kind of amazing things. There are free options back there. We'd love to have you in there with us as well. And that is Google Ads Editor 2.0. We'll see you next time.